Hello, I'm coming to you on this beautiful day from Mexico. As some of you know, Tanya and I are here to see what ventures may be preparing to present themselves to us. Today is a very high energetic day, um, especially for me. I just wanted to put that out there just so you know where I'm coming from. There was a very huge significant shift last night. Um, One of those that it may be a little difficult for me to explain, but it's so uniquely divine when one is able to feel a shift within them. Or when a shift takes place within you, it can really be felt outside of you if you know what it is that may be slightly different, something that you may not be accustomed to feeling. So, um, the purpose and reason why I come to you today, or this week actually, for the newsletter, so to speak, is I almost want to call it newsletter because it's actually a video letter type of thing here, but we'll see about that. Anyway, so as you can see, the title for this is A Breath Given for a Life to be Lived. And as I sit here looking out upon this beautiful ocean, listening to this breeze that is coming through, it is speaking to me so profoundly. And in that, it gave me this beautiful expression to be able to share with you today. That when we come to understand what the element air is, it's a profoundly unique element within itself. Although when you read certain information or text, they will, a lot of places will say that the air, wind, breath is actually not an element. Yet when you take a deeper dive into the understanding of the purpose of why this element exists, then it's one of those that really broadens your perspective to understand that it holds such a significance in the power in which it wields of its own in the balancing, in the refereeing, so to speak, in, in understanding that it's an element that helps to keep a balance or referees between your more coarser elements, which is fire and water. And it basically is a melder, so to speak. It's a element that's, if you really think about, it's that it can be in so many forms, yet its alchemical makeup seems to not really have so much solidifying properties to it. However, when we look at wind, air, breath, all of these characteristics, so to speak, that this life-giving element provides, then when you take a deeper dive into understanding this element in understanding its true purpose, then we begin to recognize that as we keep going along in this experience, we as humans, in time and through choice And especially for myself, I've come to really recognize the true purpose of the beautiful meaning that this element brings. So what I was given was that since we're spiritual beings here having a human experience, and we are in ourselves individually, finding the tools and the guides that helps us individually know more about who we are, what we're capable of, what our purpose may be. When you see this from such a broader 360 type of perspective, what I began to see was that the toroidal field is basically the soul, the spirit, that is encompassing, holding within it the body. And as I was being given this visualization, this image, so to speak, it was becoming so much more clear and profound to me, these levels of what we call life, especially in the manifest. And so as I look at the toroidal field, you kind of see that as an armor, but it's not a solid armor, so to speak, yet it's an armor that is a frequency, it's a wave, it's a vibration, it's a malleable field, which you, the soul and God that you are, is able to take this field and expand it and constrict it and expand it and constrict it in ways that helps you understand where you are in yourself, as far as where your vibrational feeling comes into play, about understanding that the frequency of that torus field allows you to understand your vibratory state. And that all depends on how you're feeling, what your environment is giving you, and so many other factors that play into this existence of manifestation of the experience of this life. And the purpose why I even mentioned that you are a God, sorry about that. Had something pop up. And the reason why I mentioned that you are a God, here's the thing. Even when you read in the Bible and it speaks about God and God giving breath, giving life to the first being that was created here in this manifested world, that God gave life through breath. And when we begin to understand so much more about for me, the factualness of understanding what the soul represents, what the body represents, and what the mind represents, when you come to understand those on its basic individual understanding, and then bring them together to understand how they function as one, you are a God. For when you look at the soul and you see that it encompasses the body, and when you look at a torus field, it is of a circular, it's always in motion. It's like it's a world of its own, encompassing something within it. And as I was being given this information, and as I was seeing this visualization through that information, that's how I came to understand so much about the being that I am. to understand that that basic statement of that we are creating a likeness or in the image of God. So, and knowing that I'm a part of this as a co-creator, that allowed me to really significantly see and understand I am the God. I am a God because it's my being that breathes life into this form. And that was so profound to me. And it just really so much enlivened me all the way down to the core of this being, because it felt so real. It felt so honest. It felt of such a truth that just the significance of that understanding truly propelled me in so many ways of the understanding of the fullness of the connection of the mind, body, spirit. So that's a reason why that this element is so vitally important to our ability as a human to understand it as it is for us here in the manifest, as far as what wind, air does with this realm, with Gaia, Earth, so to speak. When you look at breath, you'll see that Earth is within that. Just wanted to point that out. That even with the wind is what moves the ocean. The wind is what feeds the fires. And with that, there are times that when these two elements get a little out of control, when the wind speaks itself in its own way, so to speak, it says, I must be here to find a balance. If a fire gets out of control, what is it that we have to use to put that fire out? Water. And if water gets to where, it needs, that people need to say, like, take a bath, and would like to be warmed by the water that they have within their environment, what do we use? We use fire. Yet, if wind or air is present, the beauty of it is that it feeds both. And when you understand it at that level, then you begin to understand what it signifies for us as human beings, and being informed, yet knowing that we are beings, spiritual, a soul, having this experience. So when we breathe in, we give life to this form. For we choose each day, each moment, each second that we want to remain here. And in that, that's how we're able to exist in this world of the manifest, which is beautiful when you look out the window here behind me, or wherever you are. And understanding that it's with that element is as the above, so below. And for this, the human is as within, so without. So it's always vitally important to understand breath. Breath is what gives this form life. For you, the being, the soul, the spirit, chooses to continue to give it life by remaining with it, with this toroidal field. And that's the beauty of this. That's why prana, breath, is so vitally important to understand when, where, and what modalities that you utilize to come more into self. How deep is that breath? Is the breath that you take the breath that has so much meaning to it that it brings forth these profound um, epiphanies, these profound blissful moments, those profound joyous times. So this is just basically a light touch upon general idea or general concept or general, to a level of degree, truth, if you so choose to accept that, as I do, that wow, just wow, I am so blown away by all this, and yet I'm still here. And this helps me to understand more how to be guided in the astral as well as the manifested realms that I exist within, as we all do. I've just come to a place and point in myself that I'm able to manage, so to speak, both realms to a level and degree to where I am. There's so much more I still must understand in managing or guiding this this experience in the ways that I so choose to. So this was something I felt was very important to convey, because it's a beautiful message. It profoundly speaks to so much about that empowerment that T and I always speak to. So you, as a human being, understands the broader, larger perspective of the being that you are first, because it is energy. That energy is what propels everything in both worlds, in all worlds that exist. So I wanted to share this. This is what was given to me to speak about for this weekly newsletter, so to speak. So there's so much more in depthness to this. However, like I said, I just wanted to cover just a general basic knowledge that I've gained of the understanding of air, wind, breath, and so in such the profound understanding of the significance of the role that this element plays. So I hope you have gained an understanding from this. If you feel that this is something that you would like for us to speak more on or about, please let us know. And if there's anything, specific that you may want to ask, or for me to speak to, or for Tanya to speak to, please let us know by replying in an email. And I suppose that's going to be it for today. Thank you for having a listen. Thank you for trusting that the information and the guidance and the tools that Tanya and I provide is assisting you in so many ways, because that's our only purpose. That's our only goal here at Adventures for Connection, other than bringing together at a level of manifestation the many events and retreats that we speak to. So please let us know if there's anything else you may want us to speak to. You can reach out to us through email, or of course you can reach out to us on our Telegram group, which is the Tanya and Norma Intercollective. All the information that you seek or need is on the Adventures for Connection website. And of course, if you'd like, we have our lives that we do on Adventures for Connection, which is on Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. It took me a few minutes. So yeah, if there's anything you would like for us to touch upon or anything like that, please reach out and let us know. And we'll definitely either cover it as a topic, or we'll speak about the ones that may come together that may cover the same questions or the same things that others may be needing, and we'll go from there. All right. Y'all have a good rest of your evening, morning, night, wherever it is you're at, and know that every day is a new day. And to always remember, it's a gift, and it's a gift you give to self. We'll talk to you later.